Hello, everyone, and welcome to Touhou World Cup 2024 at 4 a.m. European time. Did it say 2024? Did I actually say 2024? No way, no way. You can tell. You can
tell it's 4 a.m.
You can tell it's 4 a.m. Hi, everyone.
Hello from the other side of the Atlantic. The time is not unreasonably late.
Hi, I'm George. I'm joined here by IHNN. We're going to be commentating the MoF Lunatic Survival Qualifier. It's going to be a good time. We're all going to have a lot of fun. And it is a 4-player match. It's a 4-player match. Can you believe that?
4-player match for 2 slots?
Yep. So, yeah, half of the players are going to be out after this one. And I end in 4 hours. It's going to be a good time. I know nothing about these players, by the way. Welcome to the qualifiers. We know nothing about the players.
I know things about 2 of them. I know that SMYK-Syacho does have an LNN. They got it recently while practicing for TWC with Reimu B.
Nice.
And I know that Rox, I don't know how they're going to go, but I know they have HNN.
Oh, IHNN for TWC. I don't. We will see.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I mean,
I don't know anything about the other 2 players. I tried to see if they had runs in the LNN list. I didn't see them, but that doesn't mean they weren't there.
I mean, the qualifiers for TWC, often you have players that do not have LNN for qualifiers, like maybe like a 1 miss or something, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah. So we might see somebody's first LNN today. We do. Unlike the year I thought this was, we do have some slides this year for the qualifiers, so I would say let's get into those. I haven't read this ever. How do I read this in like a starry voice? Damn. Hi, welcome to Touhou World Cup 2025, everyone. This time I said the right year. This is an annual international tournament, and we feature, of course, the Touhou Project Shoot 'em Up series. And in each match, we will have contestants competing in a survival or scoring category. Right now, it's just survival matches, it's the qualifiers, but during the main event, we will have scoring matches on Lunatic or extra difficulty. And if you want to find out more about the tournament, you can go to touhouworldcup.com, and IHNN, you get to say the line.
Shoutouts to Maribel?
Yes, shoutouts to Maribel. We love Maribel here. But yeah, MoF Mountain Emoji, I picked this one. MoF Lunatic No Bomb. You only get 60 minutes of reset time in this set, because MoF is a really short game. The reset time is actually based on like the game length. So PCB, especially PCB scoring, for example, gets like 120 minutes, I think, like 2 hours. I think local scoring gets the same. So it is based on the game. MoF is a really short game, survival run, so you only get 60 minutes. One key important thing for those who may be like their first TWC match that you're watching. The way reset time works is that there's 60 minutes, but if you start a run during these 60 minutes, you can finish them at any point. If you start a run 1 second before reset time runs out, you can finish that run. And if you get hit, your TWC score gets reduced for this match is just halving. There are some other matches where you will get...
I think it's just PCB where the reduction is different.
Is it just PCB?
Yeah.
Alright, well, it was just PCB, but maybe it gets added to other matches. But yeah, for most of the matches, it's just if you get hit, I was about to say PCB score. Just the PCB score. You can tell it's for him. If you get hit, it gets halved, and if you die more than 5 times, your run doesn't count. Fun fact, by the way, technically, you can bump into Touhou World Cup in a survival match, except it just counts as 2 hits, so don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. There's basically no bomb that would erase 2 hits.
Nope.
And even if there was, you wouldn't want to go for that anyway.
And yeah, as IHNN has said earlier, this is a 2 advanced match, so the top 2 players from this qualifier will be playing against also Luneko in the main TWC event.
Yeah.
And here's the rubrics, straight from the Japanese spreadsheet that they've made. I don't even think this is on the website yet. We need to update that. But yeah, as you would expect, Mary A, the hardest shot, gets the most score at the start, and Mary B, just down there.
Yeah. The interesting thing here is actually the Marisa A comparison to the Reimus. because you'll notice a Marisa A 1 miss loses to a Reimu C LNN, but beats a Reimu B LNN. So, depending on the Reimus we see, because I will expect we'd see some Reimus, if somebody plays Marisa A, they might get a misadvantage, or they might not actually get one.
Yeah, there's a lot of different like possibilities for like misadvantages if somebody plays Marisa A. So, lots of cool things that could happen this match.
Yeah, my personal impression of these is that Reimu B is definitely a lot easier to get a good run with. And this is shown by the rubrics, but not significantly so.
Yeah, Mary, the thing about TWC, for those who have may have tuned into this channel during last November, we did have a little, one credit tournament. The thing about TWC reset time is that because of the long format and the much like wildly like focused player base, like all of these players are like obviously amazing at their games, right? The TWC rubrics are heavily focused around LNNing or one missing because in a reset time format you are expected to get at least a one miss essentially.
Yep. And we haven't mentioned Marisa C. Marisa C plays very differently from the other shots, has a lot of places where she has a really big advantage over the others, but unfortunately she's Marisa in MoF, so you have Fat Box, and that matters.
Yep. I believe we may be getting a last-second join, by the way. We may be getting joined by Shodan just in the nick of time here.
Why is Mary B only 4? Because if you're at 3 power and unfocused, the left magic missile does stupidly high damage and melts patterns. And so if you are going the Marisa B route, you basically don't have to engage with half of the game.
Hello, Shodan.
Hello. I'm sorry for this.
Oh, sorry for that. 1 moment. You're echoing. 1 moment. I need to release you on Discord. My bad. Small technical difficulty. If I can find Discord. Where is Discord on my 4 monitors? Alright, you're safe to speak. No more echo.
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry for
It's all good. It's all good. This is the 4 a.m. match. But yeah, we're just about to start here, so I will quickly fade back to the players here. As I said earlier, I know nothing except Syacho. I know Syacho is a TSC community member. And I think I've heard of the name Rox before. But other than that, I know nothing about these players. We're just gonna go in blind. We're gonna have a good bit of fun, and we will see who advances to the main event.
Is Marie that bad? Yes.
Yes. Free power buck is insane. Free power buck is absolutely insane.
No, Marisa A being that much worse. Yes, she is that much worse.
Yeah,
the damage is not great. You have Fat Box, and the options trailing are really awkward. So, if you dodge around something, you have just lost damage for the next second or two. You have to be constantly adjusting.
It's wild.
She really is that much worse.
Oh my god, I'm getting the new Discord notification thing. I'm just keep getting notifications of people reacting haha on the stream thing message. Oh my.
Do you think anyone will be brought to try Marisa A? Maybe.
Absolutely. We will see at least one Mary A play. I would put money on that.
Do you think
I don't think we'll see it in the qualifier, but I am 100% certain in the final match.
I think we will see it in the qualifiers. We will find out. We should be getting the transition in pretty shortly here.
I am betting that Ostoronoko will do it in the main match.
Oh, absolutely. This just sounds like feedback. And we're off. We're about to start here.
I see a Marisa C, a Reimu B. It looks like a Reimu A from Rox here.
Marisa C?
Yeah.
All right.
And I know that Syacho got LNN with Reimu B, so I would expect to see Reimu B there as well.
Perhaps it's a bit too early for this, but if those are the shots that... I'm actually quite happy we're getting some bit of variety in the shots.
I want to quickly call something out. Shoutouts to the world feed with Crested right now on how synchronized all the timers are. This is almost perfectly synchronized. Shoutouts to Crested. But yeah, we should be getting started here very, very shortly.
We did?
Yep. It was...
Yeah, we are
First
off.
one, top right. Well, MoF intro. do we have an emoji? Do we have it added to the TRC channel yet? Because if so, it's your time to spam it. So, the interesting thing about MoF early game is that if you're playing for 1cc, MoF early game is like one of the easiest things ever. Because you just press the X key.
Yeah, you get to skip anything that's even a little bit dangerous.
LNB, however, different story.
It's still mostly pretty chill, with a couple notable exceptions.
One of which you will see very early on. We have an emote for it.
Yeah, I would be a little surprised if we saw any misses before good spell design, but we will see. Anything can happen.
I just saw SMYK-Syacho reset because he dropped the faith gauge. Like, really?
That's great. It would be incredibly funny if Syacho ends up dying 5 seconds after reset time is called, and because of that misses another run attempt. That would be incredibly funny. Remember this in 1 hour, chat. All right.
We could also already see a little bit Reimu A having lower damage, taking a lot longer to deal with Shizuha.
But anyway, we have our first Minorico. Hopefully... Yeah.
It's a stage 1 boss. Surely nothing.
Yeah, surely a stage 1 boss wouldn't have an incredibly RNG-based final that can kill half of runs. Surely not.
Do you want to quickly talk about why is it so bad, or is that not necessary?
I think it will be pretty
it'll be very obvious right about now. The lasers are completely random, and so you can just get basically walled by the lasers and by just stuck between the red. It's just disaster.
That was a very nice one.
That was
well
free.
Handled.
That was actually free.
Yeah, the higher you can stay on the attack, the more time you have to react to the lasers. So that was very well handled, staying high for the entire thing.
Also, that walling is part of the reason. The second reason why it can be so bad is because the further she's away from you...
Rock's going into it? Good.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a good start. You're already getting pushed down. Oh, this is bad.
Yeah,
this is really bad for Rox.
That is textbook what bumper crop can do.
Nice RNG on the end here. Very nice RNG. Nicely done. Oh, that is some. All right, we have 3 good spell design captures today.
Yeah, 3 stage 2 entries. MoF stage 2 is honestly pretty chill again until the final. And even that, if you're playing Reimu B or Marisa C, even the final shouldn't be too bad for these players.
I have been informed that the chat box is misaligned, so I will quickly go ahead and fix that.
Anyway, the 5 a.m. match, 4 a.m. match for you.
10 p.m. match.
You're the only one who has... who's at the reasonable time.
Alright, Mochi on bumper crop.
This is very, very chill spell at high level. You will not see any of these players die in this spell. You may see some of them die in HEMA finals. Oh, that may happen. We may see some deaths to HEMA final. Speaking of HEMA, hello.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that because Mochi is using Marisa C, everything on a boss is going to die faster.
Yes.
I think Minorico final was 2 waves, while the Reimu Bs were 3 wave. Helped by Minorico movement, but the damage is very high if you can get the alignment right on the flamethrowers.
Oh, a bit close for Yanami, but it's fine.
Wait, this card I personally do not understand. I've been told there are some patterns on this card that can be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, you can get some really weird overlaps on Lady Ogane's flare, but most of the time it's fine. And if you're prepared for the weird overlaps, it's also still fine.
This final though, this gets more and more chaotic, and on the final ways this can produce some interesting scenarios sometimes, but usually it's chill.
So definitely eyes on Rox when Rox gets to Hina Final, just because Reimu A will have to deal with the hard part for a lot longer than Reimu B does.
Yeah, and Yanami is on a pretty chill part.
Rocks! I do. Oh,
that's one of those weird scenarios where if you're just not prepared.
Wait,
for
Rocks
it,
is
you might do the
continuing.
wrong thing.
Interesting decision in a match where you have this little reset time to continue after stage 2 death. That's a really interesting decision.
Maybe he... Syacho's dead. Okay, he resets.
Syacho resets after Hina Final.
And yeah, you can tell how much longer that final takes on Rocks.
Yeah. Anyway, Mochi is going to be reaching the stage soon, and also Yanami is going to be shortly going to the mid-boss, where Hydro Camo can cause some problems.
Yeah,
Hydro Camo is the first really, really dangerous pattern in this game.
It is like the first 50, I wouldn't say 50-50, but it's a reasonable death chance here. It's a reasonable chance for Yanami to have her first miss here.
It's a pattern where if you're like trying to LNB, 50% cap rate on this is really good, but it does get a lot more consistent when you understand it.
Nice.
It's still like a total mess of a spell. It was extremely well handled. And Mochi
did not choke on Hina Final. Good.
Right. We have 2 runs Ellen into stage 3.
Yeah.
That will unfortunately likely change in the kind of middle of stage 4, likely.
Yes.
There is something that is going to happen.
Stage 4 has always been a little notorious for having a difficulty spike.
Oh yes. If we have a tiny bit of free time, I want to explain Mochi's strategy a tiny bit. You see, if you unfocus and focus quickly with Marisa C, what you can do is improve your damage, because if you shoot unfocused with the shot, you shoot out the tiny flames from the flamethrower, and that increases your damage. So if you see Mochi rapidly focusing and unfocusing, this is why.
Yep, unfocused Marisa C does more damage than focused, but if you're unfocused, the familiar things kind of try to snap back to where you are. But it takes a moment of being unfocused to do that. So you can have the advantages of both.
Oddly enough, when Nitori having a really difficult mid spell, the fight in itself, with the sole exception of this card, is kind of chill. This card can sometimes give you trouble, but usually for top players it's fine. Now that I've said that,
it's already dead.
Yeah, especially with Reimu B.
Yeah, Reimu B gets to one wave a lot of things. Reimu A, I think, has to do a second wave of Waterfall.
Yeah, we will. You go, sorry.
That spell that we go on got a lot worse in SA. Whatever Zun cooked up for that, Pororaka became insane during that. Also didn't help the Marisa C blows. Okay, nice. Yanami.
Nitori Final is also going to be, I think, harder for Reimu A, but maybe the homing does more than I think it does.
And we're gonna see our first waterfall of the day. These players to have this routed down, but even if you have it perfectly routed, right, it can still sometimes, if you mess up the restream, it can be problematic.
First waterfall doesn't really need a restream.
I'm talking about the second one.
Basically 100%. Yeah, second one, you can decide to skip by timing down Momiji. It's a viable strategy. But you could also argue that you should just learn the restream timing.
That also just comes with timing down Momiji.
Yes, you are picking your preference of dangerous section between the two.
Or you're playing Reimu C and you're timing her down anyway.
And we are about to see that. Here comes the first Momiji of the day. Will we see a cap? Or will we see a timeout possibly even?
We're seeing time down.
Time down, okay.
I mean, it's more viable with Reimu.
That is a long stall on shooting. If you're doing time down, you want the kill at around 14 seconds, because then you can just go to the bottom left corner and stream. That's 13, so it can still do that, but it is a bit longer than necessary. But nice cap.
Nice.
Ooh, Rocks died to a fairy. One of the big ones.
I'm questioning Mochi's decision for the routing on the Nitori's final.
And you can get away with a big misdirect like that. And besides, it is LNN into stage 4 for Mochi.
Yeah, but the question's still raised.
Oh, did Rox die again? Yeah, Rox died again.
I didn't even notice that.
Already.
Where did that happen? I didn't even realize that.
And not resetting? I can understand accepting one miss, but that's a lot.
I do want to say, obviously, with 4 players on the layout, right? It is hard to keep. We may want to like divide the layout up a little bit. We may want to like make sure that like one person always sticks to. Oh, that's for rocks.
Have to reset. I'm sorry, you're just wasting your time now.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah,
fifth.
there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, you are
Welcome
not.
To, yeah.
Yeah, Yanami on Aya, Mochi approaching Momiji, still on pace.
This spell is mostly fine. I'm honestly gonna be focusing on Momiji.
The Aya is kind of interesting because every single one of her cards, except Final, which is like the funniest one, can easily kill you. Final for top players is not going to be a death. But
if you get hit with nerves after PWG, for instance, it might.
Okay.
Like it should be consistent, but should be and is can be 2 different things.
Okay, Mochi with the good restreams.
Marisa C, I think, has an easier time there than most, just because she can kill stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, speaking of PWG, for those who don't know, PWG is one of the hardest survival cards in this basically entire game, and we're about to see it. Left side or right side? Left side. Alright.
The correct side.
Here we go.
Yeah. We mentioned earlier Hydro Camo being coin flip is good for LNB. This being coin flip is good for LNN.
This is such a... Okay, freed up a little bit. Oh, that's such a disgusting matter.
Oh, that's a Mike well-deserved capture.
Insane.
The Reimu hitbox saves them. Like, if
that
it's
was
Marisa...
amazing.
Yeah, they're dying. Almost at the end.
Right, Rox's stream having some small issues. I'm sure that'll be figured out soon.
Yeah, that is Yanami first run and then pace to 5.
That is good.
Honestly, MoF stage 5 should be basically 100%. So
yeah. So this is guaranteed, almost guaranteed, an L into stage 6. And
meanwhile,
then
Mochi's on Naya.
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing? Why is he so close?
Oh, that's really high.
Yeah, Mochi is one.
And you
Mochi's
paid the
now
price.
2 miss.
Paid the
Yeah,
price.
like that is unnecessary. Like that's straight up unnecessary how close he was. Like you want to be fairly close, but you really literally do not be wanting hugging Aya. Like that's not what you do.
Oh, that's a third
Is he resetting?
miss. I think he reset on a 3rd miss, right?
Yeah, the Mochi's now 3 miss. That is, you gotta reset.
I can see an argument for wanting to get a run on the board. And especially, you're right near PWG. If you get the cap, then the run is looking a little better. I can see a world where that's reasonable.
Okay.
I can see a world where you make it into the top 2 with a 3 miss during this qualifier. Alright, right side from Mochi on PWG. Oh, not a good ending here. Okay, we're fine.
Good cap. Do they
Pausing?
continue?
Looking if it's continued to read.
Yeah, very continuing. It's in. This is why Gastari likes to say TWC is always like a mind game as well, because you always have to consider, do you continue this run now and possibly get like 3 miss on the board if you L in the rest of the game, or do you reset this and possibly waste another 20 minutes trying to get a run back here?
I mean, I think this is where the scoring between shots also comes into play, because Marisa C does beat an equivalent run from Reimu B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting a 3 miss here is basically saying you can get a 3 miss too, but you'd have to do better than that.
Well, we've seen it in other qualifiers, like sometimes a miss can be different enough, sometimes finishing a run is enough, like we saw that in the OSD qualifiers.
That was more the exception though than the rule.
Yeah, and during PCB qualifiers, basically, Claude, you have to get LNNs.
Shout out to sending on one on hard difficulty, by the way.
Yeah, I think that this qualifier, this second qualifying spot, I think will probably be around a 2 miss, but I could be wrong.
Okay, hopefully Rox's stream is fixed. Nope.
Nope.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, this is not planned in any way.
Yanami still on pace, and on Sana's really only dangerous attack. If you don't misdirect this carefully, because the reds are aimed, then you can get in some pretty nasty situations.
That almost was a nasty situation, but handled well.
It's also a spell that gets worse over time, so you kind of want to kill it fast, but she moves around so erratically that it's hard to.
You can really see the problem with Rox's stream if you look at the timer.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. That is TWC. Everyone, with such an international event, right, with players streaming from Europe, Japan, China, the US, it's inevitable that at least someone will ever get a disconnected stream at some point. But it is fine because there are always replays.
Yeah, that is Yanami LNN pace to stage 6.
Yeah, and given how stage 6 progresses, that is almost that is for top players almost a guaranteed LNN to the final cards of the game.
The Death Fairy overlap can kill.
Yeah.
Reimu B actually has one of the worst overlaps there too.
Oh yeah, Rainbow B does not have a good transition.
There are ways to mitigate it, but if the runners are just doing the basic thing of go to corner and stream, you can get some really nasty situations. So killing the first group on the left.
Yeah, we are seeing one of these strategies, I believe.
Yeah, streaming down and a bit to the left.
And that was
to kill the fairies faster.
Second wave, but very well.
That is clean.
The first overlap wasn't bad, but the second wave that it threw at Yanami there was kind of bad, but well handled. Alright.
Yeah, I am partial to a strategy where you actually stream to the right. That can work too, just so you have room to move up. But, whatever works on the overlap.
Alright, Kanako non 1 is the one thing I forgot saying about earlier. This can definitely kill as well, but
this should be it should be very consistent.
It is a very
you can either do it or you can't.
It's a very personalized non in the way that if you can visually read it really well, then it will not give you any problems. But if you're not good at a sort of crisscross reading, Kanako non 1 will just murder you over and over again. It is
it comes at you so fast too.
Yeah. Interesting news, all the way at the bottom, by the way. I personally feel Kanako non 2 is a little bit safer going a little bit higher up. Alright, Jelly Beans, this card, the bullets preserve her original hitbox, so...
All of these squeezes are so scary, even with Reimu box.
Yeah, Zune
did... I think Marisa would have died 3 times there.
Zune did a really funny thing on that card and decided to not change the hitbox after transforming the bullets, so they all have the big Jelly Bean hitbox. Alright, Taurus, this should be fine.
Don't give any now.
Nice bottom route. That was not a good last
wave. Those were really good reads. No, that was perfectly fine. There was a big gap, and it's just a matter of seeing it.
You needed to see it, yes. That's what I'm calling out, seeing that gap in the first place.
I mean, you can get waves on Yamato Taurus that just don't have a big gap like that.
Yeah.
Those are the bad waves that kill.
Also, Mochi is on pace
Mochi's on 3 Mystic Hanukkah, yeah.
Alright,
you have LNN into Source of Rain.
Yeah, this is... You can win, entry guaranteed into the main match right here if you LNN the rest of the game. But Source of Rains and Wind God are two, basically, in the entire, run, probably top 3 hardest attacks.
And top 5, sure. I don't think top 3. Oh,
no.
You had it capped too. Last second death. I would say Source of Rains, PWG, Wind God. That would be my personal order.
Momiji, Hydro Camo.
I think those are 4 and 5.
Momiji is definitely harder than Source or Virtue of Wind God. Hydro Camo, I think, is arguable.
Interesting, because I've kept Momiji multiple times, and like Source of Range just is literally an LNB killer for me. Oh, okay. First micro and Wind God.
Momiji is much
second
more
micro and Wind God.
You can just kind
Third
of dodge
micro.
Momiji and get away with it. Both of the Kaneko's last 2 attacks have a lot of knowledge you need coming in, like for how to approach different situations that can make the pattern a lot more consistent.
Oh, these micros, beautiful. Oh, another micro to finish it off.
Very clean reading.
That should be. That is a very good first finishing run. One miss, Rainbow B is amazing and should guarantee entry into the event.
Especially getting it this early in the qualifier, because the tiebreak is who gets the run first.
We might be... Oh, there it goes. We got it hidden on the wall feed.
Alright, Mochi's LNN still... He got
Mochi's
past...
3 miss.
Yeah, Mochi's still 3 miss. Mochi's LNN and Kaneko still.
Yeah.
It is, I think, that is a possible second place qualifier, because with Rainbow A and Rainbow B being the other contestants, and then
you'd need 2 miss or better at that point.
That is a possible qualification result, America A 3 miss, but this depends obviously on capping Source of Rains and Wind God.
Marissa C does get easier Source of Rains.
Marisa C also gets an easier Virtue of Wind God because the card ramps up over time and Marisa C kills faster. You can actually kill it before you would need to do any amulet micros.
Yeah, especially since he did put the familiars correctly, so you get 3 flames
and the
fired.
shift tapping to get that little bit of extra damage from being unfocused.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter a lot, but when it matters, like here, it does matter.
It does. Although, if you want to kill it quickly, you need to be shooting it as well. Come on, please. Look at that, she's already dead.
Yeah. Unnecessary micro. All right.
At the macro at the last second there, but again.
That decision to play it out, I think, was a good decision.
Ending blocker, please, Mochi? If not...
It's gonna get lost on the wall feed if not. Oh my god, the sound quality. I love it. That is good. That is awesome.
Wait, LNN into Momiji.
That is a room mic, 100%. That's also a really interesting input method. That is not a... That is... I don't think it's a keyboard.
It isn't.
Yeah, no, that's an arcade stick.
Oh my god. Playing Touhou on an arcade stick, I just realized.
Very clean restreams post Momiji as well.
Oh! Mochi's going into practice. Interesting.
Yeah, Mochi died to this in the run, so it makes sense. Are we going to see the other things that were died to, or are we just going to more runs?
Nope, straight to more runs. Just a quick sanity check. Hey, can I still cap this? Yes, go. Alright, we are about to see good spell design on Yanami.
I'm more invested in Syacho's upcoming Aya.
That too, but I'm also invested in Yanami's next run. Oh, terrible, terrible.
LNN to improve. There's kind of a bit less stakes there.
Fair. We like good spell design here. Alright. I just realized I don't think we've seen where did Syacho's earlier run end?
I don't think they've been to Aya until now.
They haven't.
So we will find out what side PWG they go on. There's like an endless debate between MoF players if you should go left or right. It doesn't matter. It's the same pattern.
Left.
I chat, settle this, left or right. You gotta settle this when it comes.
Middle?
No.
Of course not.
Bomb? Okay, that's a fair point. Fair argument.
I mean, if you can bomb, why wouldn't you?
Ooh, that non-free got a little bit spicy for a second. Alright, EWG, left side. Let's see. Oh, these are not good. Oh, that was terrible.
Oh, that's a brutal PWG.
Just demolished. Absolutely demolished by game RNG.
That was pure bullshit from the game. And it was also the first PWG death of the assuming Rocks didn't make it in there, but we can't see.
Yeah, Rox is living in the past right now.
Oh, the nerves! That's rough.
That
That's
looked
really
like they were
bad.
just trying to go the same direction twice and just kind of misjudged the timing because of that. It's
So-
like not the dodge they'd usually make.
Syacho is now in an interesting position because you have to Ellen in the rest of the game to for this run to qualify. Because the top two are already set, and if you die one more time, you will not beat the Mary's SC free miss. So yeah, if Syacho dies, that's just an instant reset. Assuming my math
Assuming
is correct.
that, yes,
Yes.
you are correct, but this also assumes Syacho is paying attention to the scores.
From personal experience, I didn't until I completed my run. Oh, okay. And then I
It's the
witnessed
sort of thing
hang-up.
where I know some people would pay attention as it goes so they can make more informed decisions, and some people wouldn't, and so they're just playing their own game and they don't get in their own head about what other people are doing.
That was me when I was playing, and then I had to see, hang on, what the fuck, I have to get an L and an N to qualify? That's nice.
I think it
Like,
does
it
make
is objectively better to have more information,
yes,
but I can respect the decision to deliberately ignore it.
yeah, from like a tactical standpoint, it makes absolutely sense to have the other streams open because like you don't want to be wasting time on a run that can qualify.
Or just a stream like this one, where you can just see the scores at a glance.
Okay, no one else is in any other spots worth noting. Well, besides Yanami will be reaching good spell design at some point.
Rox's stream delay is wild, by the way. That's actually
9 minutes.
That's actually
back.
something that needs to be possibly reset.
I think he one missed.
I think Rox's stream will actually have to be completely reset. Because that is going to delay final run so much.
I think he's one miss, actually.
Who?
Rocks.
I am not in the proper.
No, I think we're 2.
It is too late.
I think we're post Nitori and pre 80 million.
Yeah, so we have 2 extra lives plus 2, so...
Oh, yeah.
It is not the correct time for me to be doing this math.
I think the mistracking is just not being updated because the stream is having problems.
Yeah. Wait, maybe he actually isn't. Never mind. Maybe I'm wrong.
The current life count implies 1 miss right now, though. Anyway, Moses Miracle.
Oh!
Oh, the last
This
second.
is why you don't go slow and greed!
The last second death.
Unfortunately, Syacho, for you, you'll need to reset. So after the fight, please check your stream, see that you cannot qualify, and please reset.
Do they know how to pick good lanes? Yes, they do.
I mean, it's pretty sure it's mostly just a route.
This is
Okay.
really unfortunate situation for Syacho, because like you're not qualifying versus run. This is technically a combo. Oh, Mochi dies to Hydro Camo.
Hydro Camo is a threat.
Yep. But yeah, this is technically like from a purely tactical standpoint, this is wasted reset time here.
Oh,
But
yes.
you know, I just realized we can actually tell if we look really closely at the at Syacho's camera. I think I do see the stream. Wait, I do see the stream open. Is that on like the left, on like the second monitor? Is that the did we see stream?
Is that?
Well, hold up. I gotta switch the mic. Hold up. I gotta switch my mic here. Give me a second. Enhance.
That's a fourth miss on the overlap. Remubi overlap is rough.
Give me a second. I will see if I can show this. I'll put this in the middle to like not overlap anything important. Alright. Enhance.
You're covering up Twitch chat, George. Do
I
they
think
get to
that's their
appreciate?
stream.
Wait. Enhance.
Yeah, I don't think that's the TWC stream.
I think OBS, I believe?
That's
Enhance.
their stream. George, I don't think we can actually enhance. They're still pixels.
Oh my god.
Mochi did survive waterfall this time. Divining crop for Syacho.
Unfortunately, we are not in CSI here. You can't restore the original image from 3 pixels.
Oh.
Alright, Taurus. It's really unfortunate though, but like watching the run and knowing you are just like from the from the overseer perspective, you're knowing, but nice Taurus cap, amazing Taurus cap.
From the player perspective, though, getting a run on the board feels a lot better than not having one on the board. You have a bit less personal pressure. Even if it's not the right tactical decision, it might be the right mental decision to play this run out.
Oh, Yanami, that was a rough hydro. Good cap. Anyway, Syacho is on Kaneko did it worse, or Ramile did it better, one of the two.
Well, Benny has been mentioned. Mark Varro for your bingo card.
Source of Rains, or...
Oh my god, what is that dash through the bottom?
I don't like the way they're doing this.
That is a strat. It's not a strat.
These are
I like,
such small misdirects.
but it's a strat. Mochi dies to Momiji.
Momiji.
Rangers throws
That
her.
was the second miss, so back to the beginning.
Anyways, good Source of Rain cap. What? Excuse
The
me?
first wave is static, so they're just maximizing damage as much as they can.
If you say so, I mean...
It's static. It's the gap's in the same place every time. This is maximizing damage to kill faster and deal with less of the hard part. I wouldn't do it, but it is a thing.
Oh, this is damage maxing right here on Wind God. I love it. That is a speed kill.
This isn't scoring. You don't need to kill this fast.
Oh my god.
Pre-99.
That is amazing.
Okay, Syacho, prepare the onion blocker. Don't make Krustin do more work.
Shodan, the enforcer.
I'm not the enforcer. Crested is. He's the one who does the...
Oh, Crest is probably gonna put this on soon. There it goes. Shoutouts to the, by the way, that ending, like default ending blocker we have on the world feed, that got made.
Oh,
Oh, well, that.
nice. That's the setup.
You have a Nitori final? Also, oh my god.
Nitori final death really... It shouldn't happen, but it can if you have a weird strategy for it.
I need to
the longer the pattern goes, the more likely you are to get screwed by Nitori's movement.
Rox died to Hina's first card.
And continuing, interesting decision. I need to make, like, if I'm making a TWC 2026, my ending block, it needs to be like an explanation of my entire, like, audio and video setup and my 6 PCs.
Honestly, I think Rox just wants to try to get any clear, even if it doesn't score.
Fair.
Yes.
And that does mean continuing these runs that take one early miss, so you just so you get more attempts at the later stuff.
I will see if I can get some manual music for you here quickly. One moment.
Like, I know what it's like to just be in early game reset jail. You just want to take a run deep.
But the problem is they're running out of time to do so.
Yeah. Of course, that's the mindset that gets you accepting a miss to Minariko, and then you stay one miss until the end of Sanai.
I cannot count the goddamn song titles ever. Okay, I think that is roughly synced. I have no idea.
Roughly. I think it's a bit too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit too early, but doesn't matter.
Good enough.
Alright, and everyone is in early game, pretty much.
We do have a Hydro Camo coming up, and it is a Hydro Camo that is a required cap, or the score is too low.
I'm surprised Rox isn't resetting this. Right, now the music is a bit too early again. That's fine.
Yanami is with Reimu C. We need that updated, Crescent.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna switch shot types. Interesting. Oh, there was a spicy hydro cam over here. Oh.
Every Hydro Camo is a spicy Hydro Camo.
Yeah, but those waves were rough.
Yeah, interesting to see Reimu C though. Like, it's a shotgunning shot in a game that doesn't really give you opportunities to shotgun.
I did not realize we switched music. Sorry, I was too late on that.
Are you optimizing for cancel, Mochi? What?
Oh my god.
That was either for cancel or for Hina's position going into non-2. Don't know why you'd care about the positioning on non-2 other than maybe not too low.
Oh, it just got updated.
Yeah, I wrote Crested to Crested.
I think Crested updated like at the moment you said it because stream delay.
Oh, stream delay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As SMYK-Syacho would like to say, shout out to our little goblins in the back. I love my quote so much. Shout out to SMYK-Syacho.
You know, we have 4 different shots on screen right now.
Oh my god. You are getting MoF. We are MoF maxing here. TWC 2026 MoF Qualifier is gonna be 6 players and we have 6 different shots. I don't make the rules, that's the script.
But who will be stuck with Marissa A though?
Somebody who just wants to outperform all these Reimus. You know, a skilled Marisa can beat any Reimu.
I do feel like you could maybe... Like, I feel like Mary... Like, this could be a great shot type to use the decay rate on, but like a really high decay.
For Marisa B?
Yeah, I feel like Mary B LNN could be considered like a 9 or a 10, but like, just drop it... The moment you die, just drop it to irrelevance.
I think it would probably still have to be a lower score than even a Reimu B LNN. I think it would probably be the easiest one, just because you get to ignore so many things.
Rock's dying to good game design.
But like, it should definitely be the one miss of like the lower shots. That would be.
Yeah, I could see that.
I want to,
but it's a hard argument to make.
I want to preface this by saying I do not like partake in like hard gameplay discussions like this for TWC. I am committee, but like I am just for tech stuff and like, you know, the like scheduling and things, which I took the responsibility this year. But I do not get involved in gameplay decisions like this for good reason. I'm just throwing out ideas and seeing what sticks.
I do think George, it's a very good candidate for an increased decay rate.
Here's the thing, George.
What the LNN score should be with that decay rate is a separate question.
Yeah.
The reason for that, George, is because they want you slaving away at the technology pits. They need their slaves, and they found you.
Oh my god, waiting on a dialogue box to desync the Nitori music. Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to us?
Anyway, what else going in?
I wish MoF spell histories showed more than 99.
Hey, IN showed in the hundreds, so why did they change it? Why doesn't change it to only 99?
Yanami died to Hinanon's second wave, something only Reimu C and sometimes Marisa A have to face. And this is, I think, why they stuck with Reimu B.
another reset.
Like, why they stuck with Reimu B for more credits after getting the one miss. You might only be practiced on one shot. So even if you could go for an incremental score gain, like, you just might not actually be prepared to do that. You might have to commit for the next doubling.
I gotta say though, I dig the room zone from Syacho. I dig
Rock's
that.
dying to good game design again. Oh,
Yanami is continuing that one miss run, actually.
Oh,
okay. Rox is switching shots to Reimu B.
I think that decision makes sense. I'm not 100% sure.
Does it?
If you're trying to get in, I think
no, that doesn't make sense.
I think if you
actually, no, it does, because the cutoff's still 2 miss.
Yeah, I think
honestly, Reimu C might be the play, just to be able to sneak in on a 3 miss still.
Yeah, but if you're not comfortable with her, the difference from Reimu B to Reimu C in terms of consistency is a lot.
The difference from Reimu A to Reimu C is not that high.
Okay.
And Rox had been playing Reimu A.
But also, like, the consistency you get from upgrading your shot that much. We've seen this before, where like somebody plays a really somebody plays a really hard shot and then switches to an easier shot and gets just an instant 1 or 2 miss run. Like, we've seen somebody we have seen somebody do low-key Marisa struggle with it, switch to Reimu and then get 2 elements in a row. Not TWC, but
No, what happened there was they struggled with Marisa, switched to Raisin, struggled with Raisin, switched to Reimu, and then double LNN.
Yeah.
And then after struggling with Reimu, where struggle is like 3 miss or something, Sanai 1 miss to not looking at the screen.
Because why would you need to look at a screen in a Touhou game? When has that ever been useful?
And we have one more Momiji coming up very shortly.
And Rox is going to be quickly to good game design.
Momiji's kind of more important, especially Momiji on pace.
Oh yeah. Hopefully Rox's run doesn't die either. Oh, well, my name
If
does start with a J.
Minariko claims a run, that's 2 minutes, like 2-3 minutes gone. If Momiji claims a run, that's 10 minutes gone. And that 10 minutes is not free to get
No time
there.
on most, so Syacho is gonna have to do waterfall.
Yeah, Syacho does know the restream timings. Like, there's a particular formation you can look for and then stream through. It feels really scary, though.
George, you said your name starts with G, but are you secretly French? Because that's the rule.
Oi, oi.
Three fairies should be good. This is like one of the
You
few
say
stages.
that? Didn't somebody, like, I forgot who, didn't somebody die to free
Rox
fairies?
died to one of these fairies,
Yeah.
like to a single one of these. But this section should usually be fine. It is, especially with Reimu B, where you can kill before the third red shot gets fired.
It's
Some lower damage shots have a harder time doing that.
Oh my god, that laser pattern on Yanamu.
Why is he doing
Yanami,
it in the
sorry.
middle? Why did he
Okay.
do that in the middle?
We have
Crows?
a Ellen and Aya entry.
Yeah. You can kind of do crows wherever. Oh, the damage maximization on display here. Like, even using the Doppler effect, where you start lower and move up to just get a little damage increase.
Mochi died to something. Okay, he's resetting.
Okay. Storm Day. This is usually not a death for, you know, bowl season players.
Yeah, Storm Day gets very
Say
consistent.
that, but we're went
Even
into a
the
double
weird
wave there.
waves, even the weird waves, you can kind of learn to just focus on one color bullet and just move with the other color and dodge the color you're paying attention to. It's like
Alright,
Storm Day
PWD.
becomes very, very consistent.
Can you
This
hold the run?
doesn't.
Can you hold the run Ellen and into stage 5? Visible to side. There's a terrible wall coming. Oh,
No, this is all fine. This is still fine. It's like good awareness to move to the
Okay.
side.
nice. I thought there was a
Clean
terrible
cap.
wall coming, but the wall kind of shifted to the right side.
I honestly don't try to read ahead for walls. I just take whatever's in front of me on that.
Fair.
Like, it just shifts so rapidly. I don't think pre-reading is worth it. Oh, I think
Ellen
Syacho's
is stage
nervous.
5.
Like, that did not look like a standard final cap.
Let's not
Oh,
get
Rocks
any...
dice.
Oh no. To be in the mid? Yeah, like, that's showing some pressure. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you also have to consider there's 11 minutes of reset time left. The nerves are starting to kick in. You don't have a run finished yet.
Yeah,
This is-
If what I know about Rox is correct, Rox does not have a run of this, period.
You mean Remo B?
I mean MoF LNB.
What?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Qualification, like, selection process fucked up.
Wait, how do you... Wait, how are you getting... Like, there's no shot. Are you confusing LNB with LNN? Are you saying Rockstars doesn't have an
No.
LNN?
No, I'm
he
not.
added HNN, I think.
Yeah, HNN.
If that's true, Rox is performing insanely well, actually. Wait, how the heck are you getting this close to, like, getting, like, you know, 2 free misses? What the hell?
They've not been close. I don't think Rox has been into stage 5.
No, Rox did have that one run.
Okay, everything's cool with Syacho. Like, stage 5 is mostly a skippable stage to, like, observe, because unless something
Yeah.
insane happens, like,
No,
we're not seeing that.
IHNN did say this earlier. The only real danger in stage 5 is Moses. And that's about it.
Yep, and we have seen one death to it. In fact, it was Syacho who died to it. Like, some players will swear by slow streaming Moses Miracle, but if the movement is just wrong, slow streaming will get you killed.
Shoutouts to delaying the Faith item collection on Roxas End, by the way. Survival. Oh my!
Sunlight on one can also potentially do something.
That was a giant wall coming at your face. Well,
but then everything else should be like 99.9%.
Just be glad that's not on hard.
Oh yeah.
That's worse than Lunatic. Zone game balancing at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, where hard is harder than Lunatic. George knows all about it in his own Benny game. Okay, the only interesting part of this is stage.
Don't die to this. Please do not lose yellow into this.
Oh no.
Okay, got out of it.
Like, these have all been very reasonable decisions.
Nice.
Yeah, and
got squeezed through one instance, but got out of it.
Yeah, that is a card where you do want to try to read ahead.
Ah, Rockstar is on Hydro Camo.
That's reasonable.
I'm guessing what must have happened is that there was planned to be like a free-player qualifier, and Rox just decided to sign up, and like they decided, hey, you know what? You sure? We'll give you the 4th slot. Ah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I do like that.
I think that what happened was that MoF IHNN being a
kind of hard run, yeah.
Like being the top accomplishment was being taken as this is just something that they've done, and not as this is the best thing that they've done.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good run, like, genuinely. But also, it's not Lunatic.
I do wish we'd have, like... I have suggested this back in, like, 2023. Obviously, you can't do this for every category, because we only have so many resources, right? But I do wish we had, like, for some matches, like, really technically open entry. That would be kind of cool. But one thing to always consider is that TWC, like, each match is not like a pure competition. TWC at its core is a showcase event of the best players in the world, and with that comes selection of players.
Okay, Syacho got good transition for...
getting stuck in the corner? Okay, we're fine.
It's fine to get pushed to the corner once it's just the popcorn fairy. Killing doesn't matter. You have to dodge about the same amount anyway. You just dodge wherever the gaps are big.
On one.
Non-1 in practice? Fine. Non-1 on nerves? Impossible.
Oh, alright. This could very well knock Mochi out of qualifying. This run. That
or
is
at the very least, put the pressure on.
Assuming he...
I mean, either it's gonna knock Mochi out, or it's not gonna qualify, right? So.
Well, it would knock Mochi out of a qualifying spot, but the qualifier's not over.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean by putting the pressure on.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Because now Mochi would have one chance to get that slot back.
Well, we do still have 6 minutes of reset time. It also depends if you know this actually ends up LNing, which isn't obviously a guarantee. Oh,
I mean, even a 1 miss or a 2 miss is enough right now.
I don't know if you saw that, but I'm pretty sure Syacho was considering dashing up between 2 jelly beans there and realizing last second that the way we know I'm not making that, I'm gonna die, and then actually going around it. The very small like decisions on Kanako.
Rob switch. Oh, he did switch on. Still can't.
Good back down.
Okay, we are about to see another LNN run into Source of Rains.
Hopefully it doesn't end there.
That is exactly how Yanami got the one miss. That one miss was to Source of Rains.
Even if it does,
That would be kind of
this
funny.
run is currently good enough.
If this dies to source of rains, it would technically be the exact same run because they're both run would be. It would be a tiebreaker.
Yeah, the tiebreak is who got the run first, but it would be
Yeah.
tied first, which would only matter if
Yeah.
Mochi outperforms that. Which, remember, Marisa C does have a better TWC score than Reimu B. So it's not LNN to beat it, it's one miss to beat it.
Oh, almost.
Oh,
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
This is the chance. This is the chance for LNN right here at the qualifier.
Syacho, do you go for the damage maxing on LNN pace?
Oh my god, you do. Alright, LNN. I know it's like 5 a.m., but in chat, you have a very particular emoji. It's time for Joel. Let's go.
The absolute confidence to go for that.
It is Joel time. Why is Joel not showing on the chat layout? God damn it! That's oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's loading. All right, almost. Come on, just a couple more.
Please.
One more wave. One more wave.
So
One more
close.
wave. One more wave. That's it.
Good
That's it.
micro.
LNN. LNN at the qualifier. Well done.
Welcome to the main event, Syacho.
That's it. You are qualified. Oh, and Chris is gonna have to hide right now. Look at Chris. Syacho isn't there. GG's. Well done.
Right. For Mochi, the pressure's on.
I think
Mochi,
Syacho.
one miss or you're out.
Yep. I think Syacho right here can just stop playing. Just end it on a high note.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
That looks like a stream end screen if I've seen one. Wait, is that the moment of their first LNN?
Oh my god.
Oh. I seems very happy in the image.
Does Mochi get to finish the run? Yes. It
Yes.
is reset time.
Yes.
If you have a run active when that runs out, you can finish that run. You do not get to start another. When that timer runs out, you better not die.
One important thing to mention is that timer is usually just synchronized to one streams, but what matters is the individual timer on the stream itself. Nice
Okay,
hiccup.
George?
Nice hiccup there. Just hiccuping. Hopefully there's a one-time thing, and hopefully I'm not hiccuping for the rest of this match now. But yeah, what matters is the timer. When that timer hits the hour mark, that's when reset time runs over for each player.
That is apparently Syacho's third LNN.
Nice.
They got another one in practice. Fourth even.
Given the time Syacho is spending on this, Yep, they're out.
Yeah, no. I think that's somebody who's only practiced Reimu B, and considering it's now LNN or bust,
Yeah.
if you haven't practiced another shot, it's not really much point throwing in the extra credit.
Wait.
Unless...
No shot. Reimu, no
Reimu
shot.
A! We are going for the 1 point improvement.
No shot. And here's the thing. I don't think you make it to good spell design in 1 minute 30.
No, you don't.
You don't.
That is extremely
Mochi
funny.
will not make it to Momiji in reset time either.
Oh
At
yeah.
the very least, he has one miss of leeway.
Yeah,
He
there's
doesn't-
one miss of leeway, but there's a lot of game left to play.
Yes. I mean, this is not like one of the previous matches where we have 4 LNNs. That's not something we have.
This is not
Still-
PCB.
It's still crazy that it happened. Like 4 LNNs in one match. Yes, sure, it was 5 players, but still. Oh, they're checking out, I'm guessing, the other stream.
Yeah, this is a good time to check the scores and see what you actually need.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
the pressure wasn't on before, it is now.
Yeah, like 'cause remember, Mochi was in second until Syacho got that run. So they were in, and now they're out. And they have one final chance to try to make it back in. And the interesting thing here is if they make it, Yanami, who got that one miss on run number 1, would be the one who's out.
No, here, okay, first of all, final run. Final run, first of all, for Rox. Time is hit about hour, and then final run for Yanami, don't die. Final run for Mochi, and final run for Syacho. Don't die anymore. That's it. Interesting enough, because Syacho's run is a LNN, and they got it first, and Yanami is run will be as well. Syacho is guaranteed advance in the event, even if both Mochi and Yanami LNN here.
Well, Rox could also LNN and knock out, in theory.
Okay, no. Actually, no, you're right. Rainbow C. In theory. Rox.
In practice.
In theory, Rox and Mochi need to LNN their respective runs. No.
In practice, though, if Mochi LNNs, Yanami's just out.
That too.
Yes. Because even if Yanami LNNs, if both Mochi and Yanami LNN, like, Mochi, like, has higher...
Yeah, Mochi outscores, and Syacho got it first. That's it. That's game.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's... it is, from a practical standpoint, Syacho is advanced at this point, and this is a fight between Mochi and Yanami for the second place.
Yep. If Mochi LNNs, they advance. If they one miss, they advance unless Yanami LNNs. That is the state of the scoring.
Here's the thing. If Yanami, like, gets one miss, it doesn't really worth going for the run anymore at that point. It doesn't change anything. That's funny.
Well, Yanami already has a one miss. That's kind of why.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's final run, you play it out. Like, in the same way where you don't have anything to gain, you also don't have anything to lose.
Makes sense. What the hell is Mochi doing? I hate how
Mochi did this early as well and died to it.
Yeah.
It's so unnecessarily risky because you have to back down anyway. So you lose the damage advantage from moving up.
Oh. The second not, like, scary because the squeezes are tight with Marissa.
I moved up, it was safe.
Oh.
Why are you going so far to the side?
Oh no!
Okay. Any miss
and
from any player.
Yeah, no, the realistic thing right now here is Mochi is death point here.
Yeah.
If Mochi dies, the results are locked in. Aside
but
from
if Mochi gets one miss, then Yanami is on death point and retroactively on death point.
Oh no, please!
Mochi, this is a terrible PWG, and it's over. That is game, pretty much. Unless Rox, Rox is one miss right now?
Unless Rox can just pull this out, which...
Unlikely.
Would be insane.
It would be quite insane, but I don't think that is happening.
Like, I know some early TWCs had people getting, like, their first LNN of a category live.
And Yanami is dead as well.
If it happens.
So we are just seeing, like, a showcase final run at this point. We're gonna probably finish all of our runs out, but the standings at this point are locked in.
Technically, Rox isn't, but they pretty much are.
Well, the Syacho could still improve and get a second LNN. That run is still alive. But yeah, Yanami's got one miss, Mochi's got two miss, Rox has two miss. It's just Syacho on pace. It's just the one who got an LNN still on pace.
The absolute funniest thing would be actually... never mind. What I was gonna say has been invalidated. That's the standings officially locked in with Rox's death here.
You missed it a bit.
Is it? Like no, that's a third miss.
Yeah, that's the
Reimu C 3 miss does beat Marisa C 3 miss.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right.
No, I think it's two. It's two.
So I guess Rocks could still technically knock out Mochi, but like Mochi could also just finish with one of the 2 miss.
Wait, are we pre-Nitori still?
No, 3. It's 3 misses. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, we were post mid-boss Nitori, so that one up was already in play. Anyway, speaking of mid-boss Nitori, here's Hydro Camo. Don't die.
Yeah.
Good gap choice there. Like, it's so hard to pick the right gaps on Hydro Camo.
It is always kind of getting interesting seeing like a final run that doesn't matter because you might see some absolutely unhinged strategies by some of the players.
Yeah, and also like Mochi could also still get a 2 miss here and improve their own score. It wouldn't qualify them, but it would be a better score. I kind of hope they do that. Like you always want to see the best for the players. You want an entertaining showcase, and that means players doing well.
Also, 2 miss isn't bad in a live setting.
Oh no, like a 2 miss run is excellent, just in general.
Okay, Rox is now on 4 miss. Or is it 3? Yeah, it's 5 miss. Sadly, a complete train wreck.
Many miss.
Oh,
that was a squeeze from Mochi.
Oh, dying to the Tories first?
What?
Sorry, that's unexpected.
That's a new one. That's a Shackles tier death almost.
Not quite.
Almost.
So now no one can improve their score anymore.
Mochi still can.
Oh, right. They need to not miss the rest. Yeah.
And I guess Rock still technically can.
Although I don't think he's finishing a run at this point.
The Nitori non 3. I mean, that's kind of one of the things I was talking about with switching shot types earlier. If you're not practiced, like the differences in kill timing, they will throw you off. Because that was a death on wave 2 from a weird misdirect on the aim stuff that wouldn't happen and wouldn't matter with Reimu B.
Dying Momiji.
Alright, Rox, please don't game over.
It will.
Okay, please just live.
I don't think that's likely.
Also, they're 6 miss, not 7 miss.
They are 7 now.
No, they don't have the 150. They don't have the Sanai. That's 6 miss.
Oh yeah. You're right. They don't have 150. Not that it matters that much since 0 point anyway.
I mean, yeah, it would be 0 points, but that extra life would help for a clear. If the goal at this point is please clear.
Is it time?
Please see.
Is it time?
For what? Okay, he's just bombing. Okay.
Okay, now it's 8 miss. Because of the bomb.
Oh my god.
I don't think we're mistracking this, though.
Actually, no, it would be 9 miss technically in total, but yeah, this is...
No, it would be 6 plus 2, not 7 plus 2. 7 is wrong.
Right. Yeah. No,
unless there was an earlier bomb and the 1-up from Nitori was dropped, I guess.
Oh, that's it. Oh well.
Yanami, PWG.
One more PWG cap for the
Respect.
fans.
I do want to say, respect for just deciding, hey, there's just an open slot in the qualifiers. I want to play and get my first LNB at the TWC qualifier. Respect. Alright, well, And then we were free.
And will there be
Mochi's
none?
kept that 2-miss pace all the way to Taurus.
Yeah. If they did not...
Oh!
And no farther.
That's the first Taurus death of the match, too.
I think there was a Taurus death earlier, but
Pretty sure that was the first one.
in any case, there were some weird vertical movements going on there. I'm not sure what the plan was.
I'm pretty sure the plan was to cap, but... I don't know.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm not sure how those movements were supposed to avoid those bullets.
Very
Oh, no,
simple.
Donna.
The very simple rule of Touhou. Just don't die for it. The bullets can't hit you without your consent.
Yes, they can.
Source of... Okay, that was a
Unfortunate.
bad... That was a bad choice on their part. I'm sorry. Like, there was a gap, but they didn't went through it.
Sometimes
And Syacho dies on non 2. Non 3.
non 3. Yeah. I mean, again, it lives longer if you're not prepared for it to live longer. Like this is why sometimes you'll see people stick to the stronger shot types that are, maybe they don't score as highly, but if you can just get a better run with them, it's worth
And the
it.
PWG death as well. That's unfortunate.
So there are currently 4 miss.
Sometimes the final run magic does not hit.
Yeah, sometimes
For me-
final run just has everything come together. Sometimes it's just one more run that just has to finish. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it doesn't have to finish. We've seen final runs that don't matter, where the players just don't play it out and just quit as soon as it's over, right? So
Yeah.
respect to everybody here for playing out these final runs.
Yeah.
Like, long after there's no stakes for the qualifier. Like, they just want to put on a show.
Yeah.
And a show they have played.
So Mochi at 5 miss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mochi
it was-
ends with a 5 miss. Which, that's also a good run. It's not easy to do that.
Yes, we have seen various final run magic or curses, as we call it, like
Oh, yeah.
EUSD. Like that was something.
I thought final run, like the opposite of final run magic is final run tragic.
Oh,
Oh,
that was certainly a choice.
I mean, sometimes you do want to go outside the knives on Moses. I mean, knives, why did I say that? But if
They are.
Sanai moves weird, you get trapped outside and it can be tough to get back in.
Since we are kind of like in the phase where nothing really matters, I can share a really interesting fun fact which made the camera that Syacho is showing first of all in the first place. This year actually, we standardized what areas of the game players can overlap. So we made like overlay images for each game to like make sure people aren't covering like the HUD, but everywhere else people can put stuff. So for a game like MoF, right, where there's a lot of open space, you can put your entire camera there if you want. And I really like that change this year.
And I assume for something like UFO scoring, you have very, very limited
Yes,
space.
that is actually a UFO is actually one of the games that has different overlays based on whether or not it's a survival or scoring. In survival, you are allowed to cover that UFO thing because you're not allowed to summon UFOs.
You're not summoning a UFO, and if you do, you have bigger problems. One last Death Fairy overlap for Yanami here.
Ooh, okay. Had the opening
Good
on the
moving
right.
up.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was
Interesting choice to let yourself be walled and then just micro. It worked, but interesting choice. Oh, this is the damage optimization for this Rainbow A cap. Wow.
Apologies for the mic hit there.
Rainbow actually does have the damage if you optimize it that tightly to kill before the awkward wave. For Sunday Spell 1.
Alright. Oh. Also again, bottom none too. But like the only one who does is slightly raised up.
Not the only. Anyway, hitboxes, the zoom coding at its finest. Please don't mess up. Thank you. That's nice.
Yeah, it's Kaneko Spell 2 is all about knowing when it's good to move up, and that was a very, very nice set of waves there.
Yeah, sometimes Kaneko does not play nice with that one.
It would be definitely nice, at least for Yanami, to like at least finish with like a valid run here and get like a 4 or 5 miss. That would be very nice. Same for Syacho, of course.
One final Death Fairy. The Rainbow overlap is so nice, though. Like, we will be seeing that soon. Probably around the same time as Source. Like, okay, that was nasty by Rainbow A standards.
And a second to last Wind God.
Are we seeing a timeout?
Oh yeah, this is like the absolute classic. Like if it doesn't matter, like MoF players in T2C absolutely love the timeout Wind God.
There's still hope that he does. I mean, most shoot them down to like the brink of death before they time out. So maybe? Oh.
Ooh. No timeout? I don't think it's a... Oh no, it's a timeout! It's a timeout! We're timing this out! Let's go!
Like, at this point, it's I could capture this, but no, it's showboating time.
Let's go! Oh no! I just finished it off to
And
get a
this is
valid
why
run.
you don't showboat when it matters.
Oh,
The disrespect!
Oh my god.
And the mistracking updated that too.
That's so funny. That's actually funny. Oh my god. And then there was one.
and soon there will be none.
What anime is that from?
No, that's from Agatha Christie, I think.
That is a rough Taurus cap rate.
Oh yeah.
Very clean cap, though.
Well, all hopes on Syacho that he does the MoF final one timeout properly.
You know what? We've seen enough for it to have Wind God timeouts. Let's see a Source of Rain's timeout.
I don't think you can force these players to do that.
Yeah, but like I can still say what I want to see, even when I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, look at that spell card history. That's rough.
The first
That's
wave
the spell
was very
card history
rough.
of somebody who went for a timeout.
Oh, being hopeful, perhaps. Anyway, if you really want to do a timeout, the timer's insane, like 85 seconds?
Alright, here we go.
The Virtue of Wind God is 2.5 minutes. Oh, we're just straight going pacifist on this. Okay.
That's the easier way to time this out, because that's where you don't get the speed up, I think, right?
No, it is time-based, not damage-based.
Oh, I thought it's damage-based.
No. Otherwise,
that's why the speed kill is so effective, because it's time-based, killing faster skips more hard stuff.
Also, if this was damage-based, you would see 100% see players like doing like a pacifist runs, and I'm 100% sure this would knock the full spell category.
No, this would not be hard enough to warrant full spell.
I'm guessing it's not like 10 Desires or IN, but IN's a bit different.
Yeah, I would say that, how should I put this? It takes about 50 seconds to get to the part where you have to start microing. Like, you can be forced into that situation. Up to that point, you can macro everything.
You miss.
And I think because you can macro everything, you still have to. But because you can macro for so long, you don't have to deal with the micro phase for very long.
Also,
with
extremely tiny detail, but Syacho actually missed one of the power items that's now on 4.95 power.
Not that it matters that much. 4 power is same 5 power, you just get a free bomb out of it. Now that I think I will see it here.
495? What an oddly specific number.
Please time this out. Thankfully, Rainbow 8's damage blows against this, so he's been shooting for like a minute and still not dying.
GG's.
GG.
And that's the MoF qualifier.
Quite the entertaining one, I would say.
Yeah, a lot happened here.
Some high quality runs today.
Whoa, whoa.
That's an ending.
Whoa. There he goes.
Thank you, Crested. One final time.
Well, that is the TWC 2025 MoF qualifier. It was a fun thing. Lots of things that could have happened in the end there. Very, very lots of things that could have happened in the end there. But unfortunately, the standings were kind of locked in at the moment the two top runs happened. There's just no competing against that.
Yeah, it takes an incredible run to beat an incredible run.
Yeah, IHNN and one miss. That is really hard to beat. And that's it. Final results.
So, in first place, we got Syacho with Reimu B, IHNN. Not the shocker that this had happened. Like, we see MoF IHNNs pretty much every year in TWC at this point.
Yeah, MoF IHNN is in the qualifiers. I wouldn't have expected it. I would have expected like a one miss for sure, but like IHNN.
Yeah, and Syacho was getting early game jailed for the first half of the match. Honestly. Yeah,
but thankfully he go through, and we got a good score. So congratulations to him. And the second player who qualified with an equally almost as impressive Rainbow B one miss. Source of Pain strikes again.
To open the qualifier, credit one.
Yeah.
Yes. First run, Rainbow B one miss. Get yourself seat in the qualifiers. Great run by Yanami. And for those who are not qualified, also shout out to Mochi, which had a Marissa C3 miss. Unfortunately, choked the final run. Unfortunately, that happens quite a bit. There is a final run magic. It's called for a reason. It's called magic and not like, I don't know, like a final run buff. Like
yeah, no, it is not a buff. Also,
it is not
nerfs. The nerfs that happen on a final run. But yeah.
And in the final place, Frog sadly did not finish a run. Not that surprising, to be honest, but still a shame that he couldn't get...
Respect for being willing to put yourself out there, knowing this is the most likely result.
Yes.
Knowing this is almost a certain result, like serious respect for being willing
Absolutely.
to just be here.
That reminds me of the time when I hosted TSO and like with a last second dropout, and I offered Burb to like jump in, knowing that the group that Burb would go in would be a likely, like Burb would just lose all 3 matches, and Burb agreed anyway. So I love it when like you know you're gonna lose, but you're gonna have some fun time. That's the best fun you can have in a competition. You're just having fun. You're playing against awesome players, and
we got an entertaining score run out of it. Like he was going full scoring at one point. That was nice. Anyway, do we have anything to say? Like,
well,
I think we're gonna be heading into the next slide somewhat soon.
Very shortly. I'm seeing on the message here 11:20. Well, it's so 28. So in about, what is that? I can't see the timer on my thing. I have to like look on my monitor.
2.5 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah, 2 minutes. We'll have the final qualifier of the event, Imperishable Night. So that card will be shown pretty shortly. It has been a fun match. It has definitely been a very, very fun match.
It was.
Yes, that is today. The IN will happen in 2.5 hours from now at 8 a.m. Central European time. So you will see it once the card pops up.
And the commentary starts at 7:50. 7:50 CT.
As usual. Yep. Yeah. We always start commentary 10 minutes before.
Yes.
Shout out to Ceres, by the way, for selecting this awesome like post-match song.
I wouldn't say it is awesome. It's much like very chilling and not sweet.
Like I basically was like, okay, if I'm gonna be committee this year, I probably don't want to like make every single playlist. We should I want to like delegate someone to be in charge of the playlist, right? And I was like, Ceres. Ceres was like the obvious choice, and Ceres is doing an awesome job at the qualifiers, and we'll be joined by many other people during the main event.
And well, speaking of playlists, I did the playlist for IN.
Oh,
so if that is not to your liking, feel free to throw all the shit in the world at me. Anyway,
match card. IN coming up in literally 2.5 hours. Real Winter, by the way. Real Winter. Oh, I recognize that name.
Yeah, I played against him in the
24
TSL.
recently got solo Alice world record as well.
Yeah.
That's a strong lineup.
Yeah, that is a massive lineup. I will quickly look this up because I forgot, but I think this is an open qualifier. I don't think anyone is qualified for. Yeah, no one is qualified. So it's going to be 3 players at once, and 1 is going to drop out. One of these players is not going to make it to the main event. The other 3 will play again at the main event. So that is how IN is going to go.
So actually, the room for error is going to be slightly higher, I believe.
Yes, because only 1 player will drop out.
It's also IN, the game of infinite shot types.
But yeah, we have we have a new addition. So you all have heard of pre-match slides. Now get ready for post-match slides. we have a new addition. We're definitely not stealing this from the Japanese streams. No. Okay, no. It came because we love what the Japanese stream does, by the way, with all the slides and stuff. We figured, we'd add this to the English crew as well. So first of all, thank you all for watching. This is an amazing match. And secondly, this year we're gonna change things up a little bit. We are keeping the crew signups open. So if you want to join in late, if you want to join the broadcasting a little bit later, if you want to, help out the commentary support in like later matches, we're keeping those open like a couple weeks before the event ends, like basically cutting it off by the time like you wouldn't be able to like sign up for anything anymore. So if you want to sign up for that, actually we didn't add the sign up. Oh my god, we're so professional. Did we add the sign up command? Did somebody add that command yet? No. Okay. You know what? I'm adding it quickly. One moment. I'm gonna put my mic down.
Also, I see that there's guaranteed no Rickroll. I wonder if anyone got Rickrolled last year, so we have to put that in.
It's honestly more suspicious if you say that it's guaranteed that it's not there. Because if you don't mention it, you just kind of assume things are what they are, right? But if you mention that it's not something, what if it is that something, though?
George, are you
Yeah?
planning on rickrolling someone today?
No.
How shameless
That
of
code
you.
actually does go to the URL. Also, I just got a random ping in the... Oh! We have someone in the interview crew. Hello, Rox.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello, hello.
Hello. How are you doing? I didn't see an interview crew. Thanks for pinging with me.
That
I just
was
want-
an experience, I'll tell you that much, man.
I commend you for the bravery, though, for putting yourself out there, knowing this is the result. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the whole point of that. It wasn't to like win or anything. It was sort of to see where I was at specifically in terms of Lunatic and all that. As you may or may not know, I've done perfect runs in the past. I did it in all difficulties except for Lunatic, and I'm the type of person where I tend to dive like straight into things like off the deep end, so I don't even bother doing like 1CCs or anything like that. It's perfect runs right off the bat, really. So that's why I don't have a L1CC in any game at all, actually. So sort of strange, but I think it was fun though.
Yeah, that's fun. It's
It
definitely
was a
fun.
blast. Like, I'm grateful for the opportunity. It was good. And yeah, sorry, I'm super awkward. Yeah,
I would say good luck with
like-
future attempts and future endeavors.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, I'm gonna be getting into LM attempts eventually. I don't know when definitively, but eventually.
But yeah. There's one more thing, and I technically haven't run us past Yats yet and Gastari. I'm just gonna use my broadcaster privilege and just put this on stream because we should add this as well. If you do want to catch up with like the news and stuff, TWC has a Blue Sky account, so do follow that account. Not the account on the other side. But also,
There is no other site.
the English broadcasts for TWC, they're hosting the Replay Showcase. So we do streams every week, free streams now because our queue is so big. We need free streams now. So if you want to watch, hang out, we have watch parties every week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
We have one today at Sunday.
Yeah, please follow all their accounts. They're pretty fucking awesome.
But yeah, that is the match. That is it. So thank you, IHNN and Rox. Thank you for commentating. IHNN and Shodan for listen.
that'd be funny.
It's this match started at 4 a.m. That's my excuse.
Of course.
This match started at 4 a.m. That's my permanent excuse.
Of course I commentated. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything at all. I've been here the whole time, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
TWC, but the players commentate their own gameplay. Oh my god. You have to be
Funny.
Don't some people
That's
basically
sorta-
do that?
no, like imagine
That's
actually
what
being in the
TS
commentary call.
sometimes, isn't
Ah.
I swear, like, some of y'all are like commentating your own runs once in a while. It's crazy. I've seen it. I
But
swear
yeah.
I've seen it.
That is the match. Rox, thank you so much for playing as well. I know it didn't end. It didn't. You didn't get the run you deserve, but soon you will. But yeah,
Yeah, I believe.
You'll
We
get
all
there,
believe.
but you'll have to put in the work.
Thank you.
That's the problem. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to put in the work.
Yeah, that was
There is no going
that
around
was
it.
my problem a little bit. That was my problem.
we are gonna go find a raid target, and we will see you all in less than 2.5 hours for IN qualifiers with Verona Draconic and Oh my god, I forgot the name. Let me look it up quickly. I am not messing. I'm not saying this name. Priv 8. That's the name. So that's gonna be the commentary team for Iron. So catch him in and have a wonderful rest of your morning from Europe, and a good night to the US people. Bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye. Good night.